We each have a gift, and there's a kind of cosmic explosion of energy within you as you unlock it. This latent abilities, dreams, and heart's desires that you have are like seeds in a garden, and that as you become the gardener of your own soul's soil, you start to create that space. And that spaciousness for that gift to emerge creates a profound shift in our state of consciousness. We start waking up asking, how can I unlock my gift today? What is my purpose in life? How can I show up and serve? How can I be in alignment with my higher self? And as you start to ask these questions, the answers will come, because Source is always responding, and you have that receptivity. When you have that opening of that space, the answers start to come in. The inner guidance system kicks online. Things will come to you in your dreams and intuition. And it's about asking the right questions. Because if you're asking, why is this happening to me? Or like, why am I working this job that I don't like? In a way, you're asking for more of what it is that you don't want to be presented to you as answers to those questions. Because the universe is like a call and response game. So when you ask, it is given. Knock, and the door shall be open to you. Seek, and you shall find. These things are all pointing towards this process of the call and response game of the universe, or infinite intelligence, and how vibration works. Because whatever you're tuning into, like a radio station, you're going to get more of that frequency. So rather than trying to delete the radio station of suffering, of struggling, of not doing what you love, you just tune into the radio frequency of peace, of passion. And that passion within your heart, right? So how do we come into the moment-to-moment guidance system? Because so many people, like all of us, are going through this sort of universal template of our own personal hero's journeys, our ups and our downs, our challenges and our struggles, and our triumphs and our treasures, our discoveries along our journeys of awakening. And everybody is looking for a deeper sense of meaning in life. Everybody is trying to find what their purpose is. And when you're trying to find the big picture of what is this purpose for my life, it can be very daunting and overwhelming. But what I've found is that if I tune into the moments and ask myself, what would be most satisfying right now? What would light me up? What would inspire me? What is this gift that's wanting to emerge? And I was inspired because I was watching this movie about the gift on Gaia.com last night with my partner, and it was going into some of these themes, and I was like, oh, I can see that. Like a seed knows how to become whatever plant it is. You know, an acorn knows how to become an oak tree. So the seed of you knows how to become you intrinsically. But we get so in our heads, we get so in our minds about who we think we are, you know, in our egos, and in this illusion of separation, that we can't see it. And when we take a step back for a moment and appreciate life as it is, and become mindful to the present moment, and become receptive through meditation, through contemplation or prayer, and attune ourselves to that frequency, we start to receive the stream of inspiration, the stream of information from that broadcast signal of the infinite intelligence specific to you. And it's very simple to train this, to sense this, is to simply feel presence and feel in the moment, because the more that we're in that state of appreciation, the more that we're aware and mindful of our state of vibration, the more we're aware of when we're shifting out of that state, and the more that we're able to gently bring ourselves back or work through the shadows that are arising, or simply the subconscious patterns of like thinking that you have to do this thing. And that, like, I've gone through that where it's like, I think I should be doing something right now. I should be working this job. I should be doing this activity. And the more that I was able to trust in the flow and start practicing certain principles of realizing that abundance is everywhere, abundance consciousness, that I would not feel like it was necessary for me to stay in a state of stress and reactivity, and realizing that when I was able to respond to the situation, it would allow the situation to transform, because the way that I was approaching the situation was different. The energy that I was bringing was different. And so instead of I have to do this thing, it was more like I get to do this thing, and I'm blessed to be. Not even just like thinking it's all about doing, right? It's about being. We're human beings having a human experience. So the value is about the experience. And then even then you can reframe that, what I have to do, to what am I here to create? What is this greater gift or blessing that wants to emerge through my life? How can I align myself with that today? And have a conversation with Creator, or the intelligence of consciousness that is within you. And then through that inner dialogue will give you greater clarity. Now, I went and did a session that was a sound healing session and a guided meditation journey with my partner Sadie and this brother that we met along the path. And towards the end, it was kind of, he was asking for some counsel, and he was asking me, like, with manifestation, well, he's like, well, what can I do with it? And I'm like, you can create whatever you want with it. And he's like, but what do I create with it? And I was like, well, that's the deeper work, right? Is the self-inquiry, like, okay, there's this manifestation thing, but like, what does my heart desires? So we often hear like, you can be, do, or have anything, but like, what do you actually want to be, do, or have? It goes deeper than just the surface level of the law of attraction. It goes deeper into like the inner work and having that conversation with our consciousness, asking these questions. And journaling also helps with that, because when you go into that stream of consciousness and you just put the pen to the paper and you get out of editing it and you just allow it to flow, the thought stream will come through and you'll be able to get these downloads and clarities. And you can do this in other ways as well, like how I'm talking right now through this video. And it's these ways of which we get out of the limited mind and allow a greater flow to come through. And some people call that channeling, or some people just call that getting into the flow, or being aligned with source energy. And whatever you call it, right, it's a completely natural thing, because that is our life essence, our life force being activated. So that's why I said there's this cosmic explosion of life force that happens in the moment when you ask these questions and get these inspirations from your higher self, and you choose to like take that inspired action in the moment and feel the satisfaction and feel the confirmation that you are moving forward in your creation, and you will continue to attract that. You will continue to create and build that momentum, and you'll be more in the joyful journey of creating. You'll be more in the flow. And as that electromagnetic pulse of the heart opens and activates, it's magnetic to other people. And I see that too, as I'm more in that space, that things just come to me, and I have these synchronistic interactions with people as I'm out and about, and that I'm guided with what to do in the moment, or how to share, right? Because that's where we get so in our heads. Like, I would go out and be like, what do I share? Or like, I just get so in my head about it that I wouldn't really share anything and I wouldn't feel fulfilled. But then when I would tap into that and trust more in the moment, trusting the guidance in the moment, that every journey starts with a step, and a journey is made of many steps. So why not enjoy the steps along the way? Because when I'm in that moment, that's where it's all right here. It's all right here in this moment. And then you feel like at one with that moment, and whatever that flow is that's wanting to come through you into expression, and feel that satisfaction in the moment. Then I wouldn't be in my head, and then I would just come through to me of like, okay, whatever it was, this song that I had made, or check out the YouTube channel, or here's a digital business card, or we're creating a new vlog of our journeys, and like or giving someone the intuitive guidance. We were at a party, and then it led into giving a sound healing meditation journey, and that had this amazing breakthrough, and like it was just 11:11 on the timestamp, and like you just get into this moment by moment by moment. And the more that we can drop into the electromagnetic field of the heart, more we can access that creative impulse, marry the head and the heart, marry the large logic and the intuition, and put it to service to a higher vision. Well, how do you access that? I think that a very simple way to access a higher vision for your life is through meditation, and through going into what people call your third eye, or simply going into the creative workshop of your imagination. Because then as you ask these questions, instead of trying to visualize what it is that you want to create, if you don't have full clarity on what it is you're trying to visualize, that can make that very challenging. But if you get into a state of receptivity, do some deep breathing, right? And get into a relaxed state, and then you can receive the vision by tuning into it, and then you pay attention to what comes through. And you can also ask these questions at any moment and just pay attention to whatever responds. And the more that you'll do this, the more that you'll be able to distinguish between your limited mind thinking and your intuition through the feeling states that come up in your body. And the more that you're able to distinguish that, the more you're able to lean towards the limitlessness and embrace a higher perspective, and begin to trust in the vision that you're receiving, because that broadcast station is tuned to the seed of your heart's desire. And remember that the root of the word desire means given by the Father. And the Father is a code that was often used religiously to refer to the sky consciousness, or the giver consciousness of the light of source, right? And there's this light, the giving light, the all-giving light, that is fertilizing the womb of creation, right? Which is like the soil of your soul, of your subconscious, of the unconscious, which is mother, right? And mother comes from the word mater, M-A-T-R-E, which is the root of the word matter, and also matrix. So this is the union of these principles, is the expression of creation. So the seed is given the desire, right? Desire, given by the Father. There's a seed that within that seed, it contains, like I said, the acorn contains the oak tree. So within your desire contains the means to its fulfillment. This is given by the Father, given by a higher consciousness, is another way you could put it. Means that it's intrinsically has the means to its own fulfillment within it. And the more that we're able to tune into that, the more that we're able to trust the process, the more that we're able to get out of our limited thinking and belief systems and conditioning and programming, of which a lot of that is simply asking these questions, is this necessarily true? And feeling the feelings that are coming back of it, and allowing that to clear, will then allow a clarity of mind, body, and spirit to come through your state of consciousness, of which you will know that you are in alignment with your path. You will know that you are in alignment with your purpose, because you will feel the activation. And that is here for you right now. And so you've attracted this video because you are dope. And thank you guys, thank you guys for tuning in. And if you liked the video, please hit that thumbs up, comment, let me know what resonated, leave the rest. And if you haven't already, subscribe and hit that bell notification for future videos to help you stay tuned into alignment. I'm Josh Faust. Peace and many blessings.